How's it going, guys? This is Najam. Welcome back to another video. In this video, I want to give you an update on the TuxedoComputers Gemini 17 Gen 3 AMD. The reason I'm making this video is because I have had, for the past few months, two major issues with this workstation, with this laptop. Now, one of them is a software issue to do with Pipewire in OBS over here, as you can see. And this is not an issue with just this laptop. It's an issue with Pipewire. Because I use this for screen capture, and I'll talk about that in just a moment. The second issue is the CPU. Whenever I'm doing something heavy, it just throttles. The CPU throttles and it just turns into a potato. It goes to 500 megahertz, and it becomes really slow. And this has been a big issue for me because I do have a lot of multitasking on this, and when I was recording some gameplay footage for my gaming channel, the FPS just straight up just dropped. And this has definitely enough power, more than enough power to play a game that's like 25 years old. And it just dropped the FPS because it was throttling the CPU. And I seem to have found the issue with this, and I want to share that with you as well. So those are the two issues that I want to talk about in this video. So let's get started. Now, the first one is to do with Pipewire. Now, as you can see, I use Pipewire screen capture in OBS to record my Wayland screens, or just that one screen that I have on this. And now the reason I use this is because I want to do game capture and capture it in the screen. Now the problem with Pipewire is when you use screen capture, it affects the performance of the screen and it turns into a potato. A lot of the games you play, especially 3D and full screen applications, they drop frames and they get really stuttery. They jump back frames and they also jump forward frames. Now, there is one game which is called Quake, which was remastered, the original Quake game. Not Quake RTX, but actually Quake. So this game, it has a big issue, and that is that it just doesn't work. When you use Pipewire screen capture, this game just hangs up, it gives up, and it says not enough samples, and it just crashes. So that's an issue with this game, and I'm not sure how many other games there are that have the same issue, but again, this is a big issue. We don't want this kind of stuff when you're just trying to record the screen, and so this has been a bit annoying. Now, with the recent updates, it seems to have gone a bit better. The stuttering is less, and I tried to actually capture some gameplay footage. Now you can see in the beginning there is some stuttering going on, so for some weird reason. But then I plugged in the capture card and switched to the capture card and then back to Pipewire to see if the game was looking like that or it was actually really smooth. And you can see Pipewire is now running really smooth. And I think I know what the issue was. I might be wrong because I haven't done enough testing, and it's just it's been annoying because for the past 6 or 7 months, ever since I've had this became an issue, and I got myself a capture card and I've been using the capture card, and that's more money that I spent, and now it's like this issue is fixed, or it seems to have been fixed. It still is a bit jittery here and there. The games do feel a little bit more sluggish with Pipewire, so I've not been using it. I've been using the capture card, and I'm happy with the capture card. It's fine. It works perfectly fine. But this is an issue because if you plan on using Linux for game capture and recording and streaming, then just so you know, Pipewire is a bit of an issue. In the future, it will get sorted out, hopefully. Now let's talk about the big issue, which is that the CPU just throttles. So for the past few weeks, for a whole month or so, I've been just regretting this purchase. This is a lot of money for a laptop, and I basically can't use it because it doesn't work properly. It's absolutely bleeding useless. The CPU throttles because it's not getting enough power. So when I'm gaming, when I'm playing RTX or something, it's just not getting enough power, so it just throttles. Now it's really not nice when I have so much CPU power and I just can't use it, and it's just bad. It's just annoying. Now, so here is the basic setup, and you can see if you've subscribed to my channel, if you watch my gaming channel, you might have noticed one difference, because I found out what the issue was, and believe it or not, I didn't think this would be an issue. I honestly never gave it a thought, but NVIDIA on Linux isn't really the best, and so I did do a whole bunch of testing, and then I stopped using it because it was just weird. Like, it Pipewire doesn't even work within NVIDIA until recently. It gave you a black screen in OBS, so it didn't work. Now it starts working, obviously because drivers are getting better and all this and that. But that is one issue. So drivers are now working. They're working better now with NVIDIA cards, and my opinion is changing a little bit. You can see over here I've got the RTX 4060. Now when this GPU is pulling 100 watts out of this, it goes to like 109 watts. The CPU is not going to get enough power at all. In fact, I was streaming and I had a video playing in the background as well, which was the preview of this of the game stream in a window in the web browser, and this thing just throttled. Like all these cores over here that I have, all these 32 threads, they all just went plummet, and it just ran onto 500 megahertz, and it's really annoying because it doesn't get enough power. Now anyways, I'll get straight to the point. The issue is the iGPU. So in the BIOS, if you do have the same issue on different laptops, go into the BIOS and disable the iGPU. Now I did use the iGPU a lot because it has built-in hardware encoders and decoders, and it can do a lot of the heavy lifting, but I didn't realize it uses a lot of power to do that, and I didn't think it would because it's an iGPU. But if you have hardware encoders, even this thing, it goes to like 20 watts just for recording. Even though it's not using any of the GPU percentage, it goes to 20 watts just to record from the OBS stream. So just keep that in mind. If the iGPU is available, it will use a lot of power, and it can't use so much power because it does do a lot. But the thing is, it just bottlenecks the CPU. And I've disabled the iGPU from the BIOS. I've switched it from MS Hybrid to using the dedicated graphics only, and I've been using this for the past few days. And I have to say, I should have done this in the beginning because NVIDIA does have issues on Linux, but it seems to have fixed all those so many issues. This laptop runs a bit hot because the CPU gets more power when it's on the load and when it's doing things. But even in Kdenlive, the preview of the video that I'm rendering is faster. The video that I'm editing is faster. It's just more snappier because the CPU is not. Because the iGPU is disabled, it doesn't get any power to it. It's off, and you can see in NVTop there's only one GPU now. So I've been using it like this for the past few days, and that problem has gone away. Now the CPU can easily run at like maybe 4 gigahertz, and even if I'm playing a AAA title, the lowest is probably going to go to like 3.5 gigahertz. That's probably my estimate. The lowest on all cores is like, or well, whatever, I don't know how many cores I run at that speed, but 3.5 gigahertz is probably the lowest it will go to when I'm playing a AAA title with the GPU sucking 100 watts out of this. And that is sort of sustained. So yeah, that was the issue. The iGPU uses so much power. So if you want, go ahead and disable it, and you get so much more performance out of this laptop. So those are the two issues that I wanted to share with you guys and the solutions. If you do have any questions, ask me in the comment section below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in another video.